The countdown is officially on. Landman Season 2 is about to slam into its finale, and after a season that honestly took its time getting going, the second to last episode finally lit the fuse. Now the finale trailer is out, and if it's not lying to us, chaos is coming. Big decisions, bigger consequences. So what's about to blow up? Are we losing any major characters? Is Cooper staring down a prison sentence? And what exactly is Dan Morrell plotting now that Tommy Norris is firmly in his crosshairs? I'm breaking down the trailer shot by shot and throwing out my predictions for how Season 2 might end. Buckle up, this is Landman Season 2, Episode 10, Trailer Explained. And yes, spoilers ahead. The trailer opens in familiar territory. The quiet garden, the scorching sun, the horses grazing in the distance. But this time, the calm feels heavier. Tommy is sitting with his father, TL, and he drops a bomb immediately. "I got fired yesterday." TL's response is simple but loaded. For what? And that question, it might define the entire finale. Tommy wasn't fired for incompetence. He was fired for not chasing the high. Cami wanted a thrill seeker at the helm, someone obsessed with the rush she believes Monty had when he built the company. Tommy didn't play that game, and the fact that his firing is revealed within seconds of the trailer tells me this decision is the beating heart of the finale. Was Cami right, or did she just make the worst call of her career? Because here's the real gamble. Louisiana. If the gas play hits, Cami looks like a genius. If it doesn't, we're talking about a potential $400 million disaster. And if everything collapses, suddenly Tommy doesn't look like the problem anymore. That reckoning might come in the finale, or it could be the slow burn setup for Season 3. Later in the trailer, we see Tommy quietly poisoning the well, nudging Dan Morrell against Cami, and honestly, it feels like the walls are closing in on her. Cami is projecting confidence, but she's running purely on instinct, and that rarely ends well in this world. I've got a bad feeling her empire is about to crack. Then the tone shifts. Cooper and Ariana are sitting in a diner, and the camera lingers on Ariana's injuries from the attack. It's clear this isn't just a casual catch-up. Cooper says, "We need to have a conversation," and that line hits hard, because this isn't about feelings, it's about consequences. The man Cooper attacked to protect Ariana may not be okay. If that guy dies, or is even close, Cooper could be facing manslaughter. Maybe worse. And that's brutal, because this entire season has been about Cooper clawing his way back, rebuilding his life, stabilizing his job, fixing his finances, even proposing to Ariana to prove he's all in. And now, everything he worked for might be about to slip through his fingers. But here's the cruel twist. By stepping up to protect Ariana, Cooper may have just wiped out every ounce of progress he's made. One split-second decision could cost him decades of his life behind bars. The irony is brutal. Right after that, the trailer drops a quiet but chilling line from the cafe owner to Ariana. "If you know a good lawyer, you call him." And suddenly, everything clicks into place. We already know from the penultimate episode that the entire altercation was caught on surveillance footage. From the attack on Ariana to Cooper AS retaliation. And the problem? It doesn't look like restraint, it looks like overkill. That footage is likely the reason Cooper suddenly has the law breathing down his neck. If prosecutors decide he crossed the line from defense into vengeance, this stops being self-defense and starts looking a lot like a murder charge. During Cooper and Ariana's conversation, police officers are visibly present in the diner, which tells me they're already reviewing the tape. The cafe owner may have seen it too, and judging by his reaction, it wasn't pretty. That's when Ariana makes her move. She calls Rebecca and says the words that change everything. "I need you." Now, criminal law isn't exactly Rebecca's usual playground, but let's be real, she's not someone you ever want on the other side of the courtroom. She knows how to fight, especially when she's backed into a corner with sharks circling. So I'm betting Rebecca steps in as Cooper's lawyer, and this becomes more than just a finale problem. This feels like the groundwork for a much larger storyline in Season 3, an ongoing legal battle that refuses to go away, and honestly, I'm here for it. Rebecca has felt toned down for most of Season 2. This could be the moment she snaps back into the ruthless, razor-sharp operator we saw dominating boardrooms in Season 1. And please, anything is better than watching her mope over Charlie Newsome any longer. That storyline has officially run out of gas. The trailer then pivots to Dan Morrell meeting Tommy in his office, and this exchange is loaded. Dan says, "I made a pretty sizable investment with Cam." Tommy fires back without hesitation, "An investment you'll lose." That line alone tells us we're about to see a very different Tommy. This feels like the start of a quiet betrayal. I think Tommy is already working behind Cami's back, and a partnership with Dan Morrell might be exactly where this is headed. Cami fired him because she thought he lost his appetite for risk. But in reality, Tommy saw the writing on the wall. He knew the Louisiana play was shaky from the start, so instead of gambling blindly, Tommy may be lining up a smarter move, one where the odds actually favor him. By teaming up with Dan, he could prove Cami wrong in the most brutal way possible, by winning without her. And if that happens, that's not just revenge, that's a power shift. To Tommy, the oil business isn't a casino, and Cami's been playing roulette. And honestly, I cannot wait to see her reaction if she discovers Dan Morrell is now even considering working with Tommy. That would be the ultimate betrayal. If the Louisiana rig collapses, the fallout won't just be financial. It could completely derail the company Monty built, the very legacy Cami claimed she was protecting, all because she chose instinct over intelligence, impulse over expertise, and ignored the warnings right in front of her. Then Dan Morrell delivers one of the coldest lines in the entire trailer. He tells Tommy, "If you lose this, the thing you love most, that's the first thing I'll take." That wasn't subtle, that was a threat. Morrell isn't just gambling with money, he's putting Tommy's family on the table. And that's what makes this situation explosive. Morrell is taking risks on two fronts at once: Cami's Louisiana gamble and Tommy's counterplay. If either one goes sideways, people get hurt, not metaphorically, but personally. Suddenly, the lack of rush Cami accused Tommy of having, completely gone. This is pressure cooker territory now. Cami turned her back on him, and Tommy doesn't strike me as the type to forgive or forget. Loyalty died the moment she fired him, and if proving her wrong means contributing to her downfall, I don't think Tommy will hesitate for a second. The final shot of the trailer says everything without saying anything. Tommy walking alone down the street, his face heavy, clearly realizing the magnitude of what he's stepped into. Dan Morrell breathing down his neck. His family potentially in danger. Cooper possibly facing a murder charge. That's a lot for one man to carry, and he knows there's no turning back now. Oh, then the trailer cuts to black, with music soaked in tension and dread. It's not hype music, it's warning music. The kind that tells you this entire episode is going to feel like a storm cloud hanging overhead, ready to break at any second. Outside of what the trailer shows, there are a few loose threads I fully expect the finale to tug on. Angela and Ainsley are almost guaranteed to factor in somehow. They've dominated way too much of season 2 to suddenly disappear now. I wouldn't be shocked if Ainsley lands herself in more college drama, forcing Angela into another unnecessary rescue mission. Angela might also be spiraling for a much simpler reason. Tommy's fired, the money faucet could slow down, and those luxury shopping sprees might finally hit a wall. Consequences have a way of showing up when you least expect them, and let's not forget the older crew. They were heavily featured earlier in the season, so bringing them back, even briefly, would at least justify their presence. Otherwise, what was the point? Overall, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, it's disappointing how Season 2 veered off course. Season 1 stood out because it was gritty, dangerous, and rooted in a fascinating industry we don't often see explored like this. Season 2 unfortunately leaned hard into soap opera territory, sidelining the cartel tension and raw action in favor of boardroom politics and way too much Angela and Ainsley screen time. That said, I'm still holding out hope. A strong finale could do a lot of damage control, and more importantly, set the stage for a killer Season 3. All we can do now is wait and see if Landman sticks the landing, and that's my breakdown of the Landman Season 2 Episode 10 finale trailer.